Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Solar Sales Uncensored. I am your host, Aaron Browning, and I am so excited for today's episode. I have the privilege of introducing my good friend, Patrick Shaw, who I will bring up here in a second. But I just want to tease the title of what we're going to cover. This is powerful. It is Meet the App Taking the Solar Sales World by Storm. And we chose that aggressively. We chose that purposefully because that is exactly what this app is doing. I have the privilege of introducing my good friend, now my business partner. I met Patrick years ago at a previous organization that I was at. I instantly fell in love with what this guy was doing. I come from the ClickFunnels world. I love marketing. What he did was 10x anything I could ever dream of. In fact, he had an app that was several 100,000 users at that previous company. He's personally built a sales organization of several 100,000, right? I can stop right there with just a mic drop. He owns tens of millions in real estate, and he's going to kill me for saying all this, by the way. He's one of the most modest, humble, and down-to-earth guys I've ever met. But he is the brains behind the operation, the brains behind this app that we're going to introduce to the solar world today. Mr. Patrick Shaw, how the heck are you, my friend?
I am doing awesome, Aaron, and it is fantastic to be with you, my friend.
I'm excited, man. I've really been looking forward to this one. I know you're super busy, so I appreciate you carving out about a half hour for our members and our users. I know you're going to deliver as you always do. What's going on in your world, man? Everything good?
Everything's fantastic. I am actually home alone. The kids are all gone, which I love family time, and I love them being around. My wife's a little jealous, but I am going to have to figure out what to do with myself for the next 3 days.
Where is the family on vacation? Or
My daughter's got a volleyball tournament, and
Gotcha.
so Julie's going to that one. My son's going to basketball tournament. He's just good. He's like, Dad, I got it. I'm good. And my oldest is off at college, so it's me.
I love it. I love it, man. If you don't mind, on that note, let's start with a little bit about your background for anyone in my audience that doesn't know you yet. They soon will. A little bit about your history and how you got started on the tech side.
Severely dyslexic, failed the fourth grade twice, went to DePaul summer program for dyslexic kids, sat on a floor where Sister Ann Rita Mock explained to 40 kids that we had a very special gift. And it's where I learned that what we believe about ourselves is probably the most important story we will ever hear. And she talked about this gift of dyslexia, it certainly didn't feel like a gift. And it really framed my whole mindset, and that put me on an entrepreneurial path in many different ways. And so anyway, then I got out of school, played college ball, had a good career there, but I wasn't meant for a job for a multitude of reasons. I tried a bunch, failed a bunch, and then found network marketing about 7 years out of college, made six figures my second year, never looked back, made more millions than I can count. And then along the way, put the money into real estate, restaurants. That's another story. So many that get told. You got to try things to learn lessons that your friends already told you would be true.
Facts.
And then in the last decade, I was trying to solve a problem I had in the network marketing industry that you know about. And that led to Rapid Funnel. So I'm CEO and founder of a SaaS company, and got about 60 people in 9 countries around the world, and having a blast and learning a ton all the time.
Love that, man. Love that. So I know your story quite well.
Yeah.
Obviously, what you've built here with Rapid Funnel was formed out of need. You saw a hole. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, and you know this stuff so well, man, it just goes back to the fundamentals, whether it's the fundamentals of 4 disciplines of execution, which is such an extraordinary book I would suggest everybody read. But I learned some of those fundamentals when my sponsor in networking 25 years ago said, fax me your tracking sheet. And I had a sheet of paper that he faxed me with 10 lines on it, people's name, phone number, and email went on the line. I'm not even sure there was a place for email back then. That's crazy how the world's changed. But there was a phone number slot, and I had to follow up 3, 5 to 7 times. And he wanted to see the sheet. And I told him I'm working 20 hours a week, and we knew it was 5 minutes to make a proper exposure. And I had 10 names on the sheet. And the next time I complained to him about my results, he said, fax me your tracking sheet. And I knew where the conversation was going. I'm like, okay, 5 minutes, 10 names, that's 50 minutes. 20 hours, 50 minutes. He's going to ask me where the 19 hours and 10 minutes went. And I can only say I read so many books. There's only so much personal development, right? And so I learned really early, Aaron, that's it, dude. You got to get through the numbers, the quantity of the prospecting and the quality and the consistency of the follow-up. If you're building a sales organization, that's 90% of the business.
I 100% agree. We actually jumped a little far ahead,
No,
but I can't. No, it's good though, man. That's what I love about talking with you, man. It just flows. It's a mastermind. We're just allowing our guests and our subscribers to sit in on this room, which is great. That's what it's all about. That truly is what you just said is one of the main reasons I fell in love with your app. Like facts. It's tracking. It's accountability. This is uncensored, so always bring it. But I tell people now because of his app, and we're going to show you exactly what this is here momentarily, but it allows for tracking. So anyone on my big team with the goals of getting to Patrick's level, anytime they want extra coaching, they want a one-on-one, right? This is going to sound like a jerk, but it's the truth. We all have limited time. I will not take a one-on-one with someone on my team for coaching until they send me the homepage of their app. The two metrics I'm looking at are effort, how many conversations, how many exposures, whatever you want to label it, or two, the engagement. And this app tracks both. And here's why. I want to be clear on this. If they're saying it doesn't work, solar doesn't work, whatever your vehicle is, right? And they send me that app and they had 2 conversations in 30 days, I don't care if you're Patrick Shaw. Right. If you're only having 2 conversations, you're not going to be able to do anything. So now I'm going to take that coaching call and it's on effort. It's on what he just said. Or the reverse, they had 84 conversations and they didn't have any signups, any sales. Now we're going to talk about how they're prospecting, how they're engaging, how they're edifying the tool and things like that. And your app, man, you freaking nailed that aspect, like nailed it.
And you're so good about, Aaron, doing it with love and compassion. One of the dangers of having this data is it turns some people into militants, right? They're like, I can't believe you didn't do this. Look, they weren't ready to do it. It wasn't their space. It wasn't their time. But that's the beauty, is you've got to guard your time. It's not about beating them up. It's about exactly what you just said, figuring out, hey, I am here for you. I'm going to help you. Let's take a look at some of the numbers, encouraging them when the numbers are low for 2 or 3 minutes, right? Hey, I know you can do this. I believe in you. Maybe send them some of the coaching videos in the app to tell them, here's what you need to watch, which very soon we will automatically deliver to them because we know their numbers are low. Won't that be cool? Ooh. But now when you see a superstar, you can go, wow, they made 40 exposures in 30 days. Their engagement, their results are low. I can help that person. I can coach that person. There's so 100%. Much power in that, and you do it so well.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll take effort all day long because we can fix the other stuff. The effort one's the hard one. If someone's not willing to lean in with us, what can you do? Can we, it's going to be a loaded question, so I apologize ahead of time, but a bird's eye view of what this app is and what we're doing, man.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Can you give us a bird's eye view of what this app does? And I know it's hard because it does so many things, but kind of high level.
The bottom line is the average salesperson, they don't want to deal with Salesforce. They don't want to pay $100 a month to have to give the bunch of data to the C-level executive that doesn't help them sell something. The average person wants to sell something, but we live in this crazy digital world today. Now remember, I'm dating myself, Aaron, but I had a fax and a phone, a flip book, and that's it. There was nothing else. There was a VHS tape. It was such a simple business. I could sit down, a new agent, a new distributor, a new associate, partner, whatever you want to call them. I could sit them down and say, hey, here are our four tools. There's a fax. Do you have one of those? No? Oh, don't worry about it. You got a VHS tape, you got a meeting to go to, and you have a phone. And that's it. We live in a digital world today of the Kardashians, and everybody's trying to be a digital marketer. The problem is, to be a good digital marketer is harder than being a good salesperson, right? You have to pay for 5 different platforms, try to get them to talk to each other, be a marketing expert, and you think it's the secret sauce. You got all these experts in the digital world that you get on with YouTube, and they're telling you how to sell solar using digital because they've identified the market of solar as a good market to target, but they're digital marketers. Right? They're not solar experts. You take somebody like you who happens to be both a great marketer and a legitimate solar superstar. Now you put it all into one platform like ours. I say there's nothing like it, but We're going to drive prospecting and follow up. Aaron creates all the content. Now the solar expert, the salesperson, gets to focus on sales. That becomes a game changer. They don't have to create capture pages, landing pages, email campaigns, surveys, CRMs. They don't have to do any of that. They get to focus on their business. That's what we do. We make sure they get to tell that story.
That's really well said, man. And I say in our team a lot, really in every business that I own, we all have a specific seat on the bus.
Yeah.
And what you just described, if someone who is really marketing based, but they're also really good at sales, it's a unicorn. It really is. Usually you're going to have someone that's good at one and not the one or the other, not both. And for those of us that have had to get better at marketing without you, we're spending thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, and hours of time trying to go learn it, and you've done it all for us.
And Aaron, nobody starts as a unicorn, right? When you got into this industry, were you a unicorn?
No, hell no. I knew nothing about network marketing. I could sell.
That's it. And what you needed were tools to help you sell more often and more effectively. That's all you needed. You became a unicorn after stepping back, watching, having success. And that's where 95% of any great sales organization, they're not unicorns. If they were, they probably wouldn't be joining your business.
It's facts. Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really well said. I remember in the beginning, we had a similar rise to fame as you did, knocked it out of the park very quickly, first time in network marketing. Yep. Everyone always asks, what are you sending? What are you saying? What are you doing? We dumb it so far down. We have 2 videos that we use. We have the same scripting framework. I'm a big framework person. If you shadowed me, and I know you already know this, if you shadowed me for a day, you would laugh. We just keep it stupid simple. Our team, by the way, and this is why I fell in love with you and your products and your service, is we're all about the tool. We're about taking that ego away from us. We care more about our wallets, our pocketbooks than we do our ego, and we're going to leverage the heck out of a tool, out of a system. But because of that, because of this app, we're able to take ordinary people and make them exceptional, which is just, it's mind-blowing, man.
It's so
it really,
cool,
really
and it just floats my boat because I'm thinking, you're in a business, do you have to do the installs?
No.
Do you have to manage all the financing?
No.
All you basically have to do is get this incredible story told, and now you're doing it exponentially. That's what's fun, and that is how you're going to help people win. Brand new people that are looking for a career, and many of them, frankly, are part-time.
Most, yeah.
That's how they're going to win, because you keep it so darn simple. It makes them believe they can do it. Yeah, people want a great comp plan. Yeah, they want to hear great testimonies from great people that made a lot of money. That's nice. Yes, they want a good product. All these things are important, but what they're really asking themselves at the end of the day is, can I do what that person's doing?
100%.
Can I do this? Do I believe in my heart of hearts? And if they see Aaron, and Aaron is doing some fancy razzle-dazzle stuff, they're like, I'm out.
Yeah, but I'll take it a step further, man. You're 100% right, first and foremost. What I've learned over the years, though, is a lot of times that person won't even articulate that to you.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, no, I'm not interested, because they judged how you delivered the information. And for most people, I hope you're listening to this, uncensored, you're the show. You're the ego. You're the presentation. You're the tool. It's not duplicatable. We can talk about that anyway for a long time. But the reason it's not it's not duplicatable, but the reason it doesn't work is the person's judging you. Oh, Patrick, he went to that school. Patrick owns $10 million in real estate. Patrick has a team in 9 countries. That's it. But they won't say it.
Yeah.
So for most salespeople, they're never even aware. They're just like, oh, it just didn't work. You have to dumb this thing down. You have to make it so simplified that anybody in your team, anybody that raises their hand for your company can go do it.
And I'll throw this one thing in real quick, because there's some of you out there that are going, yeah, but I am that avatar. I am the unicorn. I can do these things. Good. We're not telling you don't do them. We're telling you, don't do them and try to teach the masses what you're doing. That's what we're telling you. Do your thing on the side. If you can generate extra leads and sell extra people, and you got some secret sauce that you can do, but understand 95% can't. And I would not be here right now if my sponsor had tried to teach me everything that he knew better than to teach me. You don't give a baby a grown man's steak, right? There's a reason. They will die. They will try to eat it, and they will die.
No, it's so well said.
Yeah.
Let's peel the curtain back on
Like
the
that.
app and a couple of the uses for it. I'm going to start with recruiting. Hopefully that's okay. That's my
Yeah.
love language. I love team
You're
building.
talking about our platform, dog. I'm in.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. Cool. I love it. So, and I know it's harder over a podcast because you can't really see it. We
Yeah.
normally have a slide deck that we're going through and things like that. And by the way, on the YouTube channel, you can see a whole bunch of that if you're the visual type. But essentially, we, especially on our team, through you, we have all of the resources already pre-built. All of the videos that we are sending, all of the videos, flyers, one-pagers, testimonials that has allowed our team, Solar Icons, to become the fastest growing team inside of our entire company. I try my best not to say company name. Sometimes it comes out, so I apologize if I do. But all of that is duplicatable. You now have access to it. The language, the scripting, all of it is pre-built out. We can take someone brand new, we sign them up for the app. They literally can say, you have different categories. Let's talk about prospecting.
Now, Aaron, can I ask? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
You got a lot of listeners and a lot of different verticals. Is the content you have, and we can solve this if not, I don't care, but it's uncensored. Is your content more generic solar, or is it more focused on your vertical or the company you rep?
That is a great question. A lot of it on the recruiting side is going to be company specific. It's talking about our comp plan.
I should throw this out to the listeners because you got an unbelievable platform. It's about $60 a month for the full-blown pro version. It's free for other you can download it completely free. I can't help but think you should almost create some resources just for the generic solar industry. Let them download it for free. Right? It's your platform. Let them download it for free and let them get to see how powerful that free version is with generic content built around solar. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting us off track, but
No, man, I love it. That was not talked about at all. Patrick loves giving me work, but I love it. Here's the ask I'm going to do, though, right?
Them reached out. Yeah.
I want to have the audience speak. So if you're watching this, you're not affiliated, I'll say with Powur, with our company. Obviously, a lot of the material for this is company specific. Let us know. Either on via the podcast or on the YouTube for the video podcast version. That's important to you. If it is, we have enough ask, I'll build it out 100%. We want more people using this app. I want more people in Patrick's world, and that's really the premise.
And listen,
of what
Aaron's
we're doing.
an abundance guy. This may sound like these guys are shooting themselves in the foot and they're too stupid to realize it. We're not, actually. We actually understand. Yeah, and it may help some people win in other industries or other companies within solar. Look, it all comes back around. It really 100%. Does. Sure, you got to protect some things, but there's a reason why Elon Musk gave everybody the patents on the solar car and why everybody, or the electric cars. I don't know if people know that. It's such a cool story to me.
I did not know that.
Yeah, BMW, they're all using Musk stuff that he released the patents on.
Wow.
And that's abundance thinking. It's not just scarcity.
No, and I, by the way, I 1,000% agree. That's who we are as people. That's why we're here. There is so much to go around. By the way, selfishly, I'll get better having to create more content.
Yeah.
Every time I go back in the studio, I get better. Every time you start to teach something, you get better. So if you're a leader listening to this, know that. Constantly give back, and you're actually going to selfishly sharpen your own stone, which is great.
Our platform, Aaron, we don't see your contacts, your prospects' names, phone numbers, emails. That's all your data. The only thing Aaron will see is which tools are working to get people interested, which videos are getting watched that he might create for this general app. Those kind of things he'll be able to improve the tools, but you own all that data. So I got us off track.
Say that again for the people in the back. I want to make sure. That's the other reason I fell in love with what you guys are doing. Most companies, in fact, I don't know another one like this. Every time I talk to them, I was interviewing them years ago, there was some fine print about them owning everything.
Listen,
Can we talk about
people don't understand that Facebook isn't free. YouTube's not free. It may feel free. You didn't pull out your credit card. But data is, it's said for a long time now, data is the new bacon. It's everything. And people want the data. And so when you generate interest in a prospect on YouTube around solar, whatever company you're repping, that company sells the advertising to another seller company to target the person you just generated an interest in. Facebook does it, YouTube does it, etc. So the secret is use YouTube and Facebook. Just don't let them use you. right? If you can get more out of them than they can get out of you, fine, but you better know the exchange.
Yeah,
Right?
I always remind you're 100% right. They're a business first
Yeah.
and foremost. Business is to be profitable.
And frankly, for us, part of our business is we want to leverage that and let people
Yeah.
know that you should own your own data. So I'm not some purely give it away altruistic guy. I just think people are fed up with having all their data stolen. And I see that as an opportunity, a play to go, look, we're going to let you own your own database. And God forbid, or something happens, or you ever switch solar companies or something like that, you now have a database. What do you think your agreement's going to look like, or how much leverage are you going to have if you move solar companies and you go, hey, I got 1,000 people in my database that I have a relationship with, many that have bought solar from me. They provide me referrals. I have them in follow-up campaigns to let them know if they have anybody to refer. Here's a spiff that I have, right? You walk into the new company and you go, I got 1,000 names. I'm a pro. That changes the game.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the features. The other big one that I really like on what you guys just nailed is tracking ability. Can you touch on that? On certain things we're able to track in terms of metrics and all that fun stuff?
Listen, when you send something to somebody, whether that's a video, YouTube, video survey, email campaign, whatever it may be, the ideal scenario is a lot of people, as an example, they're the right person to buy solar. It's just not the right time. For whatever reason, maybe that's cash or who knows what it is. You just didn't catch them at the right time. What if you could put them in a form of a campaign, whether that's text, email, etc. In 6 months from now, they start clicking links. You know when they click it. You know how they answered the survey. You know how many minutes of the video got watched. The app tells you through the algorithm that they just became a hot prospect in your platform. And all of a sudden, 6 months later, that person that you spoke to, they're looking. Here's the crazy part. They're also Googling. They're checking out to see other solar companies. They're watching your videos, but they don't call you. They want to do a little research. And then what do? You pick up the phone and call them, because in the activity log, every morning I wake up here and I go to activity log, and chronologically I can see everybody that's viewed information that I've ever sent out. Chronologically, who most recently. I follow up with them, and a common response is, oh man, that's crazy. I was just thinking about you because I saw this video. Oh, no kidding. And then I let them in on the little secret that I knew they just watched the video.
Yeah, it's huge, man.
So
I
cool.
absolutely love that. I wake up every single day. In fact, it's funny. There's so many ways to do it. He logs into the app to do it. I'm a little lazier. First thing I'll do, and I need to get better. I should probably read a book, kiss my wife, do something else. But I'll grab my phone, right? It's an addiction. And I'll go to my email, and I wake up every single day. No joke, friends. I would say between 3 and 7, 3 and 10. Email notifications from Patrick in the app saying, just clicked on a video, just clicked on a resource. You want to talk about a jolt of energy. That's my coffee before I get out of bed. And a lot of time, here's the other part, we're being transparent. I'm no unicorn. When it comes to follow-up, I am awful. I am good at talking, good at prospecting. I have a huge database. I love doing that. I wake up and I see that email and I'm like, who is John? I'm just being honest. Sorry, John, because he joined yesterday. I didn't know. And I click on it. I'll go to my notes and I'm like, dude, John was the Uber driver I met at convention last month. Without your app, that person's not in my business. There is no way. It would have been a notepad on my desk.
And when you put them in the app, Aaron can literally put them in the app, pick a label, met him at Solar Convention. And then he can email everybody from his back office that says met at Solar Convention. And what does he say? John, Mike, Susie, Bill, whoever. It was great. It was great connecting at the Solar Convention. Came across this video, thought about you. Let's talk soon. And he puts a link in there. It goes to 50 people that he met at the Solar Convention, but they all feel like it's so personal. We call this technology authentic sharing technology. And that's what makes it unique to anything in the world, is we're not trying to hide behind the tech, Aaron. We're trying to drive the behavior of the sales organization, right? That's different.
Wow. That's really good. The other thing he touched on too, I want to give some clarity on, is the knowing how much of a certain, I'm going to use video, it's easier, how much of a video someone watched. You might be thinking, why is that important? It's really important. So for instance, obviously a lot of the videos I made, so I know them, my posture on them, I think they're the best thing that walks on water, glows in the dark, right? That's my posture with it. If someone didn't join the business, the recruiting side, after they saw a video, I think something's wrong with them. You must not have a pulse. Honestly, I know that's, ego driven, but that's how I feel. Like I know this opportunity is that good. And so what happens is I'll instantly say to myself, if they didn't call me back, they didn't watch it. And sure enough, I'll go log in and they watch 6 minutes. And I bring that up with intention because I know on minute 7 in my favorite video, that's where I talk about the money. That's where I talk about the comp plan. So I hit them back and I big brother them, Patrick. I don't even lie about it. I'm like, look, man, I just got notified you only watched 6 minutes and 37 seconds.
That is awesome.
You did not get to the money.
That's
I want
good.
Yeah, Patrick, literally, here's my line. I know you're busy. I'm busy, you're busy. I get it. I want you to skip 6 minutes and 34 seconds, go to minute 7. Give me 2 more minutes. It's not for you. I'll never bother you again. Sure enough, I get a text back. Yeah, I'm direct with them. But without that app, I have no idea. I just think Patrick's not interested.
I had a gal, she's one of the top big company, Rodan Fields. She's big time prospector, a machine, charismatic, people love her. She can build rapport in a minute. She starts using the platform and she goes, what changed for me is, the truth is, I didn't like following up with people. I didn't want to feel like I was bugging them. And now I prospect people, and she's so good at it, they watch the videos. They look at the content. Sometimes it's 2 days later. They're watching. 10 minutes later, she hits them up. And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you called. She goes, it took me to a whole new level on my follow-up because I know exactly what the prospects are doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Really crazy. The other thing you touched on quickly was campaigns.
Yeah.
Something I'm passionate about. So obviously anyone in the solar world, we've already pre-built that. Obviously I like our videos. I think the campaign that we just designed on the recruiting side is mind-blowing. This thing is my baby. I leverage a ton of AI for it. I can't take all the credit. But we essentially right now, I think it's like a 4 or 5 month drip campaign, whatever you want to label it, depending on your training on that. All that means is once you have an intelligent conversation with a prospect to get them to join your business, you're going to add them to this drip. You're going to let them know what you're going to be sending them resources, and then you're going to leverage me. You're going to put me to work for you for the next 6 months. And by the way, at the end of this month, I'll have it built out for a year. Imagine your prospect. Right. Imagine your prospect getting touched. Here's the other cool part. Nothing to do with my ego. It's not from me. It's from you. I don't even know your lead. I don't even have access to it. All of my stuff is branded. Oh my gosh, I just found this video. Oh my gosh, check out what my business partner just did. Oh my gosh, check out this testimonial. Check out this person who's in real estate that's now making 6 figures a month. We have it all pre-built out. It's going to be touching them every 3 days, every week, every 14. Imagine that for the next 6 months to 12 months. What does your business look like? By the way, those of you who can't see Patrick, he's cheesing, smiling from ear to ear.
Aaron, what do you know B2C, like business to consumer opt-in rates? Do you know what those are? What do you think they are?
I don't.
Like,
that's your
like
wheelhouse.
2%'s good.
What? Say it again.
2%. If you can send a business to consumer opt-in to say, hey, sign up now for our information about ABC.
Yep.
2% is really good. Do you know your personal opt-in rate in the app? You can, literally go look at it. You can.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You can go to statistics right on the app. You can go to your stats. And the last box under stats is email opt-in rate. You see what it is? Mine's right there.
47. Good grief.
Right? And so email opt-in rate, right, across all companies is 32%. So we take it from a 2% is good to 32% because it's personal. The delivery rate in the inbox is 99.7%. We're not going to tell you how we do it. I'm just going to tell you when you send an email from our platform that's written personally from you to your prospect talking about solar, and if you guys reach out to Aaron, he may go do this and create a generic version that'll work for any company. It wouldn't be that hard for him to change it, but I would tell him not to do it if you guys don't reach out, frankly. But 99.7% opt-in rate, 99% delivery, 32% opt-in rate, and 45% open rate.
Wow.
That's it. And because it comes from you to the prospect, they never opt out. They're like, oh man, and the emails are always fun and light and personal. And hey, Patrick, Aaron, I was thinking about you. I came across this. And the last thing I'd say is just anybody that thinks email is dead, you're closer to dead than email is.
Yep.
Email's not going anywhere, guys, and it only grows every single year. It's changed, though. People don't check it quickly. It's okay for them to read it 3 days later. But it doesn't go away, and they're still reading it. Even the millennial that swears they don't check email, they're not telling you the truth.
I 100% agree. Every time I get away from that thinking it's dead, I'm reminded by whether it's Russell Brunson. I'm just training it, but you're 100% right.
It's going to chat GPT and say, how's the growth of email?
Yeah, your list is everything. It is everything. I totally agree. And by the way, so I know there's a lot of people that aren't prospecting based for recruiting, whether it's because of your company. If you're with mine and you're not doing that, shame on you. We'll do a whole other podcast on that, talk about leverage. But Patrick and myself, we've added so many other layers. At our company, we have an ambassador program where our company pays them $1,000 every closed referral, every install, every referral that we take to install. We have campaigns that we have in there for that, so you stay top of mind. We also have campaigns built out for the client. So for any company that's out there selling solar, to imagine having a campaign for the next 6 months, 12 months for those people that raised their hand, maybe sent you a utility bill but didn't sign up. Perhaps they're in an SREC state. We have videos that we're dripping, success stories, client testimonials. Imagine that. Patrick has said it best. What they said no for recruiting or buying from you just because the timing wasn't right now. You can't object to solar. You can't object to saving money. You can't object to doing right with the environment. It just wasn't best for them right then. But imagine having that system in place, guys. That is what Patrick has built. That is the claim to fame. That is the magic sauce. It is autopilot. Anything you want to add on that?
No, it's all there. Gaming, coaching, languages. It just doesn't matter what it is. If it helps an individual on a team to prospect more comfortably, more often, more consistently, and more efficiently in their follow-up, we're probably going to build it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you said one other key word, and we went over that quickly, and it was my fault. I changed the subject. But you mentioned surveys. That is something I don't hear anyone else talking about in the digital marketing space. Can you touch on that?
I'll just say that, look, we have to build rapport. We've got to do discovery, right? I learned a long time ago in almost every conversation, it's like discovery, sizzle, invitation. Ask questions, build rapport, do discovery, and then kind of transition into, hey, here's what's going on, and then invite them to something. How do you do this in social? You post a survey on social that's problem aware. It's not product, it's not solution, you're not pitching, you're not asking them to buy, sell, or join, and you're not doing anything that is deceptive or manipulative. You're genuinely trying to understand where they're at in terms of their green score. Are they the people that separate all the trash? They have a electric car and they haven't yet done solar. Like, you can ask some questions, but make it fun and light. Make it short. It takes them a minute to take it. And it makes it so interesting. They're almost like, are they saying they can do something about that? Or is that a... Leave them almost perplexed about what angle you're coming from. Have fun. When you get those answers back, now you have the right to follow up. And you can take a very specific angle because you know their persona. You know their mindset, right? That changes the game, and it's a powerful way to generate leads. We just had somebody that generated a big social group, but they posted a survey on social, Aaron. 300 unique prospects, name, phone number. 300 people that completed this survey. It had a little call to action, had a great headline. And Aaron, you're just really getting rolling. Your surveys are only going to get better and better, and you get to test them. You get to see what's working.
Yeah, you touched on this. I just want to make sure people get it, really dumb it down, if you will. What I love about the survey for the non-unicorns, for me, for Patrick, sorry, Patrick, right? For the non-unicorns, is that it gives you a script on what to call them back, what to follow up with. Let's say you had 10 questions, and I love how he designs these because they are somewhat vague. They don't get the sense of you selling anything. I've posed it as, I just started a new company. One of my business partners tasked me with getting 50 surveys. Who can help me? You'll be surprised. It's a 60-second survey. And so they'll answer 3 of the 10 questions in a positive way about solar. You know exactly where to go. Exactly where to go. They'll tell you if the environment's important to them, if clean energy is something, if they lose power a lot. Like, they're going to give you the cliff notes.
And I think we talk over people's heads. I know I do sometimes.
Oh, I do too.
If I go to the app and I go to resources in the app, I click one button. It's right here on the home screen. I click.
By the way, for the people on the podcast, he's showing this in real hand. Don't stop. I want you to.
Okay.
Make sure you check out this podcast video on YouTube. Go for it.
I literally click resources. I click the survey button right here. I take that survey that was created for me and I post it to any social platform I want. So it's 4 clicks. I post the survey to social, and all the data comes back to me and only me. The name, phone number, and email. I get a push notification that says you have a new prospect that filled out this survey. They hit submit. They could go into an email campaign directly, or they could watch a video, then go into an email campaign, and I'm being notified every single step that prospect is taking on my phone, and I can text them and say, hey, Aaron, this is Patrick. We haven't met. I saw you filled out my survey. That's awesome. I thought it was so interesting how you answered this question, right? It's so bloody simple. And Aaron wrote it, a guy that is the unicorn. He knows how to write it, and now he's only going to make them better. It's just so cool to me.
Yeah, it is. We're designing one for door knockers, by the way. As they slam that door on you, imagine saying, I'm so sorry, I'm leaving the neighborhood. I need 15 seconds. Can you please fill this out?
That's awesome.
It's endless. The other thing he said, too, let's dumb it down again. This survey, Patrick, and correct me if I'm wrong, when they fill it out, he posted it on LinkedIn, on Instagram, TikTok, wherever. He's notified. We get all that. But where does the lead go? Where does their information go?
Only to one person, and it's person that posted it, which is you, the user.
And so do I have to go manually add them to the app?
Nope. The
Nope.
answers to the survey are all in the app, the name, the phone number, the email. We can even label them automatically completed a survey. So everybody you email in that group says, hey, you took my survey once. I so appreciate it. I couldn't help but think you might appreciate this as well. Whoa.
Love it. And as we wrap up, guys and gals, I want to be clear. Patrick's leading with contribution. He gave us a free version of this app. I'm still blown away. We just launched the free version like 4 weeks ago. Reason being, we know solar is wide open. Quite frankly, I'll say it, Patrick won't. Solar's behind. I tell people all the time, this reminds me of real estate 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It just does. And I love that. I'm grateful for it because it's wide open, blue ocean strategy here. Patrick sees that. He's a business guy. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I got to say, I met one of the guys that was the original 7 guys at Remax.
Yep.
And when Remax, and it was Keller Williams, Century 21, way back when, Century 21 was the big real estate agent. And you saw how Remax came in and changed the model. That's happened again in the last few years, last decade, with models that have replaced really what Remax is doing. And what you said to me the other day, it just struck a chord. I'm like, this is happening in the first time ever in solar, where they're really reinventing the entire model from little mom and pop contractors in local towns to separating the verticals of the industry and giving individuals the ability. It's pretty cool, Aaron.
I love that. And you and I talked about this too. The reason this podcast came about, I am on a mission. Once I got associated with Powur and I saw the solar industry, pulled the curtain back, everybody, I know it's a blanket, almost everybody is treating solar transactionally. And like I said, it reminds me of real estate 20 years ago. I am on a mission to help people start to treat this game, this vehicle, this field as a business. As a business owner, and that's what each of you are listening to this, if you're investing your time into this podcast or video podcast, that's what you are, right? Be clear on that. Own that title. You need software. You need apps. You need prospecting-based material. You need all of that done. And the fact that Patrick's offering a free version of it blows my mind. I don't know what I did. God has rewarded me for something, but he did it. We obviously do have a paid version. I'll go ahead and say it once again. He's too modest. The free version is about 75 to 80% of the resources. Once again, God bless him for doing that. We want to get your feet in the door. We want you to see it. We want you to feel it. I know for a fact once you use it, you're going to want all the bells and whistles. But if you don't, hey, no harm, no foul. Stay a free user. Go do it. If you want everything, know the paid version is there. Know they have the team, the resources. Our team, we're doing a training on this every single Monday. Like, we will personally hold your hand, walk you through it. We're constantly adding things to it. It's a breathing app. It's not static. I can't say enough about that. Any closing words from you, Patrick?
Yeah, I can't help it. I'm a philosophical guy. So I'm going to throw this out real quick. One of my favorite books of all time is Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. And a lot of people hate that book, and they don't even like the people that read the book. And I get it all because it feels very self-serving. And in her philosophy, Ayn Rand's philosophy, gets misinterpreted by so many people. And I'm an abundance guy, and I'm also a believer in what Atlas Shrugged wrote about. And it's almost a sense of selfishness. But philosophically, I think abundance gets me more of what I want. That's the dichotomy or the paradox in life. I think the people that are actually selfish get less of what they really want. Now, they might make a little bit more money, but they're not happier. They don't make a bigger difference in the world. Nobody's showing up to their funeral. The people that really come from abundance, and that's why I do it. Aaron, it's selfish. I don't want to pretend that I'm but I really believe it all comes around. I believe that we don't take venture capital money. We don't take outside money, because I could take a crap load of money from venture capital. I don't want to, because then I can't serve. My number one goal is to serve individuals like you. If I take VC, I have to serve them first, then I have to serve you second.
Yep.
And that's exciting to me, man. I love putting my head on the pillow at night and feeling like, hey, I did a good job today. I did the best I could do. And so anyway, it is selfish. I don't want any miscommunication about it, but it's abundant selfishness.
Yeah, it's coming from contribution, man. Yeah. That's what it's all about. Yeah. I am on the podcast, guys, on the description of this. I'll have all of Patrick's info. I'm also going to have the link. Shameless plug. Without going through our link, you will not have access to the drips and the campaigns I built, quite frankly.
Yeah, sorry. I interrupted.
No, it's okay. That's the only way you're going to get access to it. You still get the free version. I want to be clear on that. Most of our subscribers, I know you're going to jump into the paid version once you see everything. You're going to want the full 100. Who wants to run at 80%? Hopefully nobody listening to this. But make sure you go through that link. I will have that on the traditional podcast. You'll see it there. It'll be crystal clear. Patrick's info, and then also on the YouTube video version of this. Patrick was holding up some pictures of the app. So if you want to see that, I would encourage that. You can do more of a meet and greet. We'll have the links there. Yes, Patrick.
People can find me at Patrick Shaw Rapid Funnel on LinkedIn. Just type that in, or rapidfunnel.com. If you've got a sales organization, if you're a top leader or you're enterprise level and you've got a large sales organization, no matter what vertical it is, whether it's affiliate marketing, network, direct sales, MLM, whatever, that's what we specialize in. And we can absolutely help you crush it and go to the next level. So thanks so much, Aaron, for having me on.
I love that. Can we plug your podcast real quick?
Oh, yeah. And my podcast is Beyond the Network Marketing Dream, and we just had Aaron Browning on, and dude, I learned so much in that podcast. It is ridiculous. So I'm getting to share today, but what Aaron downloaded on our podcast about what he's doing to be a thought leader using YouTube. Remember all that stuff we talked about? 95% of the group keep it simple. What I got out of him a little bit was, as that elite kind of leader that wants to build an audience and leverage some things outside of the fundamentals, right? At least that was some of it. I was blown away. And I'm executing on so many of those things right now, Aaron. It's just awesome.
That's awesome, man. Every time we get together, it's a lot of fun. I'll speak for the audience. I appreciate you. I'm sure the chat's going to blow up. I know your time is so valuable. Appreciate what you're doing for the solar community by letting us leverage your baby, everything you built. I can't say thank you enough, man. It was a true honor to share this time with you. I hope you guys hope you and the family do well. And we'll talk soon, my friend.
Love it.